Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So today I want to take a little bit of time just to discuss a few things about working in Canada as an international student. I did a live on Friday and I received a lot of questions as it relates to working in Canada. There was a lot of things that people didn't know about working in Canada as an international student. So I'm just here to share a few things with you. So it won't be long. Stay with me until the end of the video. So the first thing that I would say when you're coming to Canada and you've arrived at the airport and you're about to get your study permit, just make sure that you have the statement on your study permit saying that you can work on or off campus. And if for some reason you decide to run off and don't check the documents like my cousin did, you can always send back the document to get an amendment, and the amendment is free. But you can't start working until that is basically amended. So that's the very first thing you want to make sure that you have so that you can work on or off campus. Once school starts, and oh, by the way, you cannot start working before school starts. So you need to make sure that if you're here in June and school is not starting until end of August, then you cannot go ahead and work just before then. You just need to make sure that you sit tight and wait until the semester starts before you start working. And then once you start studying, you are able to work on campus and off campus. I know a lot of persons might think, oh, I can work on campus amounting to 20 hours per week, or off campus amounting to 20 hours per week, or working both at 20 hours per week. Actually, if you're working on campus, you can work unlimited amount of hours and you still have access to that 20 hours per week to work off campus. And I'm speaking from experience. For myself, I had 2 jobs on campus. I did not work off campus towards the end of my time in college, but I'm just showing you that you can work more than 20 hours, and so you can work a little bit more money and it will go a longer way. I know that with COVID going on, some persons might be worried to say, you know, campuses are not open, we're doing online classes, but I do believe that semesters will be moved to more in person based on, you know, the news, and restrictions are being lifted. As of March 1st, there are a few restrictions that are being lifted, and I know life is already hard for international students, so any way that we can get to work legally and more hours, I'm sure that would be useful for many persons. There are restrictions, of course, so I'm going to put it out there. So when you are working on campus, or even on campus, off campus, you have to make sure that the campus that you're working on is the campus that you're attending. So let's say the school has 3 campuses and you are interested in working at another campus, but your main campus is on another place. You need to make sure that you are working, in most cases, you are working on the campus that you're studying. So bear that in mind. I don't want you to do anything illegal or anything. This is a really great opportunity right now that people are going to be moving to campus, and I'm sure some campus jobs will be coming up. Another thing is, if you are switching programs from one program to another program, you have a break in between, like a summer break or something, and let's say you graduated from one program and you're interested in doing another program, you can actually work once it's within 150 days and a few other criteria, which I will also post here because I can't remember everything, but I know that you can still absolutely continue to work. There's another point with working. During regularly scheduled breaks, you can work full-time. And full-time does not mean 40 hours per week. Full-time is whatever amount of hours that you want to do. So if you want to work 24 hours, go ahead and work 24 hours during your summer break, if it's regularly scheduled for your program. Christmas break, if it's a regularly scheduled break for your program once again. And also reading week, if it is scheduled. So once there is a regular scheduled break, you can actually work full-time, and a lot of students take advantage of that week, because for most schools you don't have a lot of work to do within that week or the week following. So definitely take advantage of any time that you can work full-time and your job will actually allow it. Now towards the end of school and you want to know about the working conditions, you can apply for your postgrad work permit. But you know, sometimes there's that space between applying for your postgrad work permit and the end of school. Can you actually work within that time? There are certain criteria that you also need to make sure that you're checking for, because if you haven't applied yet and your study permit has expired or expiring, you might not be able to work in that space of time. And then there was also one question which was a very good question that I got regarding, once you, let's say you do a 1-year program and you are towards the end of your 1-year program and you've applied through the express entry, you're now sitting in the pool, but you haven't yet received your ITA. Will you have to leave Canada? There are a number of things to read about will you have to leave Canada, so I will definitely be putting a link below. But there is a possibility that you will either have to change your status to a temporary resident, or in terms of getting a visa, like a temporary resident visa, or if you're eligible for the Bridging Open Work Permit. But there are a number of eligibility for the Bridging Work Permit. That is, if you've already submitted their application for permanent residency, or if you've submitted their application to apply for the PNP. But if you're just sitting in the pool, of course that is not an application, and that is not any surety that you will even be drawn. So if you don't have, you know, your study permit has expired and you don't have a temporary resident visa, then you might have to leave Canada and wait for the pool to draw you. But I will take this time to say, if this might be your situation, make sure you take into consideration provincial nominee programs, you know, because a lot of persons think, you know, it's hard to do this program, especially when you have to do it, then do the express entry. But it's a way for you to stay in Canada and continue to work. I hope all of that was very useful. I will drop a number of links that you can use to double check all the things that you need to know about during the time when you are working or after you have completed school. I hope this was a very useful video for you all. Remember to like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you will be notified once I post a new video. I have a lot more coming, so just stay tuned. Have a great week.